a lot of coordination and kind of operational complexities to your business. So could you maybe share some examples of like how you specifically leverage like maybe like agents that would previously kind of be like more, I would say like, maybe like labor intensive to solve a problem?
Think about it this way. When you're doing a tech-enabled brokerage or tech-enabled services or whatever, there's a transaction, a core transaction, end to end. And if you've spent years like we did thinking about how technology transforms it, we already have this muscle of where can software and technology make each part the life of a load in trucking, life of a shipment. How can it be better? How can it be more automated? How can we, that's from the experience, like what can be automated? And then also you think about metrics like the cost to serve, like, hey, I could change this industry if I had a lower cost to serve than the incumbents, right? So basically in the life of a load, there's 7 or 8 areas where we had concluded in 2023 or 2022, look, this is as good as software gets, and then the humans are just going to do this part. And I just have examples where now AI agents are doing most of the work. So that's the framing. I'll give you a specific example to answer Mike. Let's say that you need to go out and find, actually, I think I can't even share this one, so I'll do a simpler one. Let's say that you get a tender from your customer. That's like one of my customers. They say, look, here's a tender. I've selected you to move this shipment from Detroit to Miami, and we've agreed upon a price. And so we had already pre-negotiated that. So here's a tender. And it's an email with a PDF with a bunch of information that normally a human would have to go and type in to our platform. And by the way, a lot of brokers don't even have a platform. So they'll just like manually do a bunch of stuff to create the shipment. So in our case, you had to still, even though we have a bunch of software we've built in our platform, NuvoOS, you had to manually create that shipment, those facilities, those lanes, and then that open shipment would go in something called a load board where people would start procuring and call in truckers. So not to talk about the rest of the process, but just that initial thing, it wasn't really so easy to think, oh, you can just add an agent to an email, it will parse out the PDFs and the LLMs, and it'll automatically be able to structure what the tender should be and create that shipment. And right there, if you're doing hundreds of shipments a day like us, you've eliminated hours of someone's day, right? So that's one example. I have like 9 or 12 across the life of a load, and they really compound over time. And I think that the cool thing about how we built it is because we have this system of record, we really create very deterministic and clear locks. So if an AI agent doesn't do its job well, it cannot move on to the next step. Whereas I think a lot of these pure AI agent startups are running into the problem of, I'll do everything with AI agents. But if your agent gets it 5% wrong in step 1 and 5% wrong in step 3, by step 7, it's like 60% accurate. And that just doesn't work in B2B, right? Or really in anything, right? And so that's how we're excited about the system we built, and then using AI agents in a very controlled and thoughtful way is a way to get that automation. And then you have your humans troubleshooting when the AI agent hallucinates or gets something wrong or needs further training.